Hello everyone, in this video we're going to build a search filter using just vanilla JavaScript. I have made a video previously where I was using React.js to build a search filter, but here I'm going to show you how exactly you can build a search filter using just plain JavaScript. Okay, so right now on my screen I have two divs. One is a search bar, obviously, and below that I have another div with the class of output. This is where all these names are there. So what I want to do is whatever I type over here, I want to search through these names and then display those names on the screen. Okay. Right now, it's not going to work, obviously, because I have not implemented it. So let's move on to it. Okay. Now, these stylings are not important. You can add them like whatever way you want. So let's just move on to JavaScript. So right now I have a variable name which has all the names. Okay. This is just an array. Now, whenever you're searching and sorting, you will have an array out of which you want to search and then display some results. Okay, unless and even if you are just sending a request to the backend, in the backend you will be searching through those names. Okay, now just in case you don't know how these names are being displayed, I've actually created a variable output div. I am selecting the output div by using a query selector, and then what I've done is I've created a variable HTML string which is equals to names.map. So names is this array. I'm mapping through these names, and for every item I'm just returning an h3 tag of item or whatever name is present, item is present inside this names array, and then I'm joining them using just nothing. Okay, so what's happening is this line is creating a string of these h3 tags which has names inside of it, and then in the end I'm setting the inner HTML of output div equals to HTML string. Okay, so if you don't know what's happening right now, this is basically DOM manipulation. Okay, if you still don't understand, don't worry. As I go along, I will explain it. Okay, so what should be the next thing? Let's see. Okay, so this search bar has an ID of search. Okay, so I want to add an event listener to this search. So the next thing to do would be, obviously, let's say variable search equals to document.query selector hashtag of search. Okay, hashtag because hashtag selects ID. And now what I want to do is I will add an event listener. So what I'll do is I'll do search dot add event listener, and the event listener will be key up, because key up basically means I'm writing something using my keyboard. Okay, so whenever I do key up, I want to run a function. Okay, this function has an event, and I just want to do console.log e.target.value. So e.target.value will basically get me the value whatever I'm writing inside the search. Okay, so let's just open the dev tools and see if this works. Okay, right. So yeah, so whatever I'm writing over here, I can see it in the console. So we know that this event listener is working. Now the only thing left to do is whatever value I'm getting over here, I have to search it inside this names array. Okay, that's how I will find the correct value. So let's actually do variable name is equals to e.target.value. Okay, and now here's the next part. Okay, now let's create a variable list. Okay, empty list, and the next thing to do is I will iterate through names. So what I'll do is I'll do names.map, and I will map through every name in this names array. And for every name, what I want to do is, okay, I want to check for every name whether or not whatever I'm typing over here exists in that name or not. For example, if I write H, then I will iterate through the array. I will go through every single name and I will check if it has the letter H. If it has the letter H, then I will simply return that. Okay, so what I'll do is name dot to lowercase. So why am I writing to lowercase? Because I want to make sure that both of these letters, my input and whatever the name is in lowercase, because JavaScript is case sensitive. So if I write small h over here and here it has a capital H, then it will, when I check that if this H is present in this letter, in this word, it will return false because JavaScript is case sensitive. So I want to make sure that I convert this into lowercase as well. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm mapping through names, and for every item, every name inside it, every name inside names array, I'm converting it to lowercase, and then I'm checking using dot includes function. I'm checking if it includes, actually, you know what, variable item is equal to target. Okay. If this includes item dot to lowercase. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll put this inside a if function. So if this happens, if this returns true, then I just want to console.log of name. Okay. Now let's see if this works. It should work. Let's open the dev tools. Okay. Now if I write Harry, H, then every word which has H inside it, it will simply print it. Okay. If I just write Harry, then see, every time I change it, it's going to search if it has these 4 letters inside it. Okay. If it has that substring inside it. So that's how we know that this function is working. Now the next thing to do obviously is, I don't want to console log it. I just want to append it in this list. So I'll just do list.push the name. Okay. The push the name which satisfies this condition. So now I have this list in the end. Now let's just console.log this list. Okay. Okay. Now if I open the dev tools, okay, now if I write H, then I'm getting a list back which has all the letters H in it. Okay, very simple. Now the next thing to do obviously is display this this list over here. So what will I do? I will simply use whatever I've done over here. Okay, so this output div exists. So what I'll do is, let's just copy this. Okay, Control C, Control V. So I'm creating an HTML string which is mapping through list. Okay, the list which I've created over here. Now this HTML string is equals to like yeah, and let's just make it output div dot inner HTML is equals to the HTML string which we just created. Okay, and I think it should work now. Now if I write Harry, then yeah, you see it is working. If I write Barnes, it will give me any letter which has B inside it will give me. Okay, why is it working like this? Why is it working every time I change it? Because I have added a event listener to this search bar. Okay, every time I'm changing something, anything is happening using my keyboard, I'm simply running this function. So even if it has a letter A, and if I remove this letter A, then this target value will be equals to nothing, just an empty string. Okay, and by default every string has an empty string inside it. Okay, like that is sort of given. So that's why when this is empty, I will just get the entire list of names. Okay, so this is basically how you build a search filter using just plain JavaScript, and I hope you understood that. Okay, if you found this useful, I'm really happy for you. If not, please watch this video again. Okay, bye.